found 7 signs that you may be having low self-esteem. Why did I type this up? Because sometimes I feel like I fit the description of some of this stuff. And that's just the truth. Self-esteem came with the universe. So did low self-esteem, different degrees of it. Some people got really high self-esteem. Maybe a lot of it comes from childhood trauma. Maybe you didn't feel like you got the right type of attention from your parents. And that's common because I don't know what it's like to have kids. I never had kids, but I could imagine people are just too tired and burnt out to really spend time with their children. If you don't have the situation set up for that. Because it wasn't like my dad was rich to the point where my mom didn't have to work. Nothing like that. Mom's had to work. She had to go in and put in hours, so she didn't have time to play with us, nothing like that, or cultivate certain things. We were kind of left to our own devices because my pop died when I was 6, and my mom and dad split up. When I was younger than that, maybe like 3 or 4 years old, they decided to split up because Pops was kind of an alcoholic. My dad was heavy on the bottle and things like that. So Mom's kind of just couldn't take it no more. Maybe she didn't see the problem with it or something. I don't know what point she noticed the alcoholism. Was it before they got married and had me and my sister, or what? I don't know. But the point is that alcohol was definitely a deal breaker because, what are you gonna do with an alcoholic in your house? You kind of got to handle that some kind of way. So she decided to split up with him, and then he went back to where he was from, and then next thing you know, he died. And so it was all about just survival. Mom's was working like a mom. I give her that. She did work and provide a roof, clothes, and food, but emotionally, she might have just been somewhere else with it. So she did the best she could, but as a result, sometimes unintentionally, children suffer because we want attention. We want to feel like we're special and things. Sometimes you don't get that a lot of times. It's because nothing you can do about it. People only can give what they can give, but I'm grateful for what she was able to give. It's just the fact that there are certain things missing, and it's up to us to identify it and try to find out what we can do to patch up those holes, because the holes are real. The holes are really there. A few of the things that's on this list was procrastination, passivity, negative self-talk, isolation, people-pleasing, perfectionism, and unable to accept compliments. I can kind of see myself in a few of these, and that's tragic because you hear things about, especially black males, having low self-esteem, but not only us, but it's widespread. There's a lot of people who are going through low self-esteem every day. You hear about these doomers, doom scrolling, the Generation Z, the Generation Alpha, and all these little generations. Everybody's fighting some type of depression, some type of mental health and everything. And what can you do? You can just try to admit some of the stuff. And people are admitting it. And they're going online and explaining to the people their problem that they have with life, their dissatisfaction, and looking for answers. And there are answers out there. You can feel good about yourself. I mean, just try to get things done. Don't be so passive, and stop all the negative self-talk. Try to reach out so you don't be in isolation so much. Stop people pleasing all the time. Sometimes you gotta say no. Can't do that. Everything ain't gotta be perfect. And if somebody likes what you do and they give you a compliment, just say thanks, man. thank you for the compliment, which is what I do, because I think I'm getting better at my self-esteem, but definitely have struggled with it, especially number 4, the isolation part of the game, because that can kind of contribute to it a lot, I think. And because right now, in this today's time, nowadays, we're a lot dependent on the internet, YouTube videos and all the social media, scrolling, Instagram and TikTok and all that, to kind of pacify or take us out of reality. It's an escape, so we can feel temporarily good about ourselves, but eventually you got to get to the root causes and try to make some real changes so these feelings can go away. And that's my 6 minutes on low self-esteem. Peace.